Throughout life, there are moments when one experiences strangely bizarre phenomena. Today, let's delve into the stories of 4 famous cursed cars in the United States. Shall we? A 1964 Dodge 330 earned the ominous reputation of being the most malevolent car in America due to its alleged involvement in over a dozen deaths. Originally acquired by a police unit, the car witnessed 3 officers driving it, each of whom eventually committed a murder-suicide, killing their families before taking their own lives. The disturbingly similar incidents led to speculation about the car potentially exerting a malevolent influence over its drivers. Subsequent owner Wendy Allen encountered eerie occurrences while driving the vehicle. On the highway, the car would autonomously open its doors and lock its steering wheel, putting passengers in peril without any human intervention. Upon learning of the car's dark history, members of a local church vandalized it in an attempt to prevent further use. Shockingly, several vandals met gruesome fates, including decapitation by an 18-wheeler truck, and one member was struck by lightning. In 2007, a child who reportedly touched the car replicated the tragic pattern of the 3 police officers by murdering his entire family. In response, concerned church members stole the car and dismantled it, dispersing the pieces across multiple junkyards to ensure it could never be reassembled. To date, there have been no reported instances of the car resurfacing. The Graff and Stiff death limo is notorious for its association with a significant number of fatalities. Its role in the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, often considered the catalyst for the onset of World War I, contributes to its dark legacy. Even if we discount its role in triggering the war, the vehicle has been linked to numerous deaths and injuries. The infamous sequence of events began when Archduke Franz Ferdinand, having narrowly escaped an earlier assassination attempt, was en route to visit those injured in the incident. While traveling in the Graff and Stiff limo, the open-air vehicle stalled in the street. Unfortunately, the car came to a stop in front of a cafe where one of the unsuccessful assassins happened to be taking a break. Seizing the opportunity, the assassin shot the Archduke and his wife, setting off a chain of events that escalated tensions in Europe and led to the outbreak of World War I. Had the car not stalled, the assassination might never have occurred, altering the course of history. Although one might attribute the stalling to a stroke of bad luck, it marked only the beginning of the vehicle's deadly legacy. Subsequent owners of the car experienced tragic fates. An Austrian general, who later went insane while riding in the vehicle, was followed by the governor of Yugoslavia, enduring 4 car accidents and the loss of his arm before reluctantly selling the car. A surgeon friend of the governor purchased the car, only to perish in a crash 6 months later. The car then passed into the hands of a German captain, whose fatal accident while attempting to avoid pedestrians added to the vehicle's grim tally. In total, the death toll associated with the car reached 13, with 15 different owners before it eventually found a resting place in a museum, concluding its macabre journey. Years ago, a medical professional named Dr. Jack Kevorkian owned a 1968 Volkswagen van that he used to serve his patients. Kevorkian was unlike others in the medical field in that he publicly supported physician-assisted suicides for terminally ill patients. During his career, it is believed Dr. Kevorkian assisted nearly 130 patients in taking their own lives, often inside his 1968 Volkswagen bus. Dr. Kevorkian passed away in 2011, leaving his VW vehicle behind. Those who have accessed the 1968 VW van say there are ghosts who visit the cabin space frequently. The vehicle was sold in 2015. And it is currently in use for paranormal research, making it one of the creepiest and most haunted cars on this list. While en route to a race in Salinas, California, the legendary actor James Dean lost control of his Porsche 550 Spyder, resulting in a tragic accident that claimed Dean's life and left his passengers seriously injured. Though the presence of a curse on that fateful day remains uncertain, a series of eerie events unfolded post-wreck, shaping the car's ominous reputation. Following the accident, George Barris, a prominent car customizer and Dean's friend, acquired the wrecked Spyder. Barris began selling parts of the vehicle to other drivers. Instead of embracing a second chance at life, the car seemingly harbored anger. 2 doctors who purchased the engine and drivetrain from Barris incorporated them into their vehicles for a race in Pomona, California. Both doctors crashed during the race, and tragically, one of them lost their life. Acknowledging the foreboding signs, Barris, attributing a curse to the car, promptly donated it to the California Highway Patrol. Initially intending to use it as a cautionary symbol for reckless driving, the CHP encountered more unsettling incidents. The car was first stored in a garage that mysteriously burned down, leaving only the wreckage intact. Despite this, the CHP persisted in using the car as an educational tool, showcasing it at high schools to illustrate the perils of reckless driving. However, the car continued to express its displeasure. During transport to one school, the car broke loose from the hauling truck, causing a fatal accident with another vehicle. Undeterred, the CHP took the car to another school, where it fell off the trailer 3 times, once resulting in a truck driver being crushed. The spider not only proved troublesome for law enforcement, but also for criminals. 2 thieves attempting to steal the blood-stained seats and steering wheel suffered injuries instead of obtaining memorabilia. As for the current whereabouts of the James Dean Porsche, it mysteriously disappeared during its journey back to California in 1960s and has not been seen since.